This video was brought to you by Asia The Amazing Outdoors. Located in Woodridge, New York, you can enjoy the amazing outdoors in the Catskills. There's camping, ATV rentals, ATV riding lessons, guided ATV tours, and much more. Give them a follow on Instagram and shoot them a DM for inquiry. Or you can email them at asianewyork@gmail.com. This video was brought to you by Knafsale.com. This website is for knife lovers everywhere. Anyone in the world can buy or sell knives here on a truly customized platform made for people like us, man. When I listed knives, they asked what the blade steel was, and you get choices right there. They ask you what the scales are made out of, and you got choices right there. The point where I knew that this was made by a knife lover, when I had to select what brand the knife was, and all the brands we know and love were on there. Secure payments and safe shipping. You get tracking for literally everything. When you get paid, when something was sold, when the money is on the way. You get insurance as well, dude. There's a rating system, and if you have a good track record, you're actually eligible for giveaways, which they will do in the future. Lastly, the customer service is done by real people. I know this because I have been working with Knafsale.com daily, and they get back to me really quick. Forget eBay, forget all these other sites. Head on over to Knafsale.com, where EDC folks buy and sell their knives.
So this is kind of that weird part of the podcast because sometimes when I'm recording, it doesn't show like our faces. Like it's just my background like this. Like see this blue stuff?
Yeah, sure.
And I don't know. I'm sure it's fine now, so I'm gonna do the intro. Yo, what is good, YouTubes? It's your boy Ray, and this is the Everyday City Carry. And tonight I have a special guest. I have Erick from Knafsale. How's it going, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you? I'm
great. Did you write Knafsale.com because you thought I would forget your name again?
Yes, absolutely.
That's so
I realized when we started talking back and forth that like I think I've probably shared my actual name with you like maybe twice.
I think. Dude, I don't even know if you did.
I'm a person. I exist. I have a name. It's Erick.
It's so funny. We've been in business together for like 2 months. We talk to each other every day.
We get so involved, like back and forth with the knife stuff.
Yeah.
Names aren't important. That's fine.
I remember I had a podcast. I think it was when I first started this podcast. I had an episode where it was a Halloween episode, and I had a minister, a ghost hunter, and like just like an avid horror fan, and they were all knife collectors too, right?
Amazing.
And I didn't know anyone's name. So when I was asking questions, I'd be calling them by the Instagram handle, like Crimson Fury, what do you think about this movie? Hilarious, dude. That was a good one.
Yeah. Usually there's a name associated with a handle somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't know that my name is pronounced Ray. So they'll like Metal Complex and Nick Shabazz still call me Rye. And I just feel like a piece of bread or something. You know what I'm saying? They're like, Rye is, you know. All right, let's get into some of these questions here. So what got you into the knife collecting hobby or the gear hobby?
Yeah, sure. So like knife collecting was like, it has definitely been kind of a rekindled hobby of mine over the last couple of years. Like I've spent the last 15 years as a professional musician doing various things, but as a kid, like I absolutely loved knives. Like somewhere in my mom's house, there's a picture of me at like 4 years old at Disney World with like one of those giant swords, like holding it up, you know, with this massive grin on my face. But I, you know, just kind of doing other things, got out of it for a while, but maybe about like, I guess maybe like 8 years ago or so, like I kind of got back into it a little bit from a friend named Scott. And Scott came over to my house one day and had this really, really beautiful, like Chris Reeve Paisley Sabenza.
Oh, snap.
I had never seen anything at all like it. And it kind of just clicked in my brain. Like this childhood enthusiasm just popped right back in. And I started kind of researching knives again and buying a little along, and you know, down the rabbit hole we go.
That's exactly how it starts for people, man. You know, I started a little bit differently. I started buying just things on Amazon, like M-Tech, Tac Force, like whatever, it was like 20 bucks. And I'm like, yo, that's so sick. I can't believe it's 20 bucks. And now that I know what real good knives are, and I know why they were 20 bucks, you know what I'm saying? What was like the first good knife that you ever got?
Totally. Yeah, I remember it. Like, it was a Cabela's purchase, definitely. And it was the ZT-0566, the Hinder design.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that was it. And I think it was the black wash, like with kind of the black looking blade, you know.
Yeah. Is that the automatic one?
I'm not a huge spec person, so I'm like, it has the black on the blade, you know?
Is that the automatic one?
Yeah, it's an
the speed safe, right? Yeah.
Yep.
I just Googled it right now. It's not like I knew it offhand. I just
super cool. And it was one of those things where like Scott was with me at the time, so he was like definitely like poking me. He was like, you should get one, you know. And I was, you know, looking at a couple of them and just kind of honestly didn't know anything about the brand, didn't really know anything about like what made a knife good. I just picked it up and held it and hit the flipper, and I was like, yes, I would like this one, please. Thank you.
That's exactly the same company that got me hooked into the hobby, because I bought the 0456, the one designed by Sinkovich.
Yeah,
I still have one. I still have the one that I bought, and that was the first time
that's the large one, right?
So the 0456 is kind of like, fuck, I don't have my shit with me. It's
long, but it's like kind of slender.
No, you're thinking about the 0456 is the spaceship looking one. I can share it with you right now. Hold on.
Okay.
JD Cutlery, because JD Cutlery was the one that anodized it. I could probably find mine.
Oh, dude, no, I know which one.
You know which one I'm talking about?
It's the kind of like chunky one, and like from the factory, it's got like the blue
right there.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. You know what's crazy is I think because I bought it from JD Cutlery. I remember this guy was doing these videos and he would just make crazy anodes. And back then, like,
beautiful.
He was the only one kind of like getting this solid color and like funky stuff. And I bought it for $275. And I never, as soon as I got it, first of all, I took the day off of work to make sure I was there for the delivery. And I was working in an office at that time. And I was like, listen, this knife's 275 pounds. And it's getting here by UPS. I got to be there. So I just took off work. And when I got it in my hand and I flipped it open, I was like, I'm going to be in this forever, probably.
The dopamine that just dumps from your brain is so intense, right?
Yes.
And even if like, from that moment, the knife just goes to live in a box, like for the rest of its life. That one moment of just a thwack when you open it up, it's like so satisfying.
Yo, it is. You know, before we get too far ahead, actually, I should introduce you properly. Knafsale.com, guys, is a place where you buy and sell your knives and you feel absolutely at home. I would have rolled an ad for this already. But Erick is what, like the creator, the founder of the Knafsale?
So I guess if you wanted to get like fancy, I guess I'm the CEO. I mean, I work from my house in a small little part of my kitchen where there's a massive ass box just full of knives right now. But yeah, no, I'm the founder of the company. I have 3 other guys that I work with in different areas of the business that are just dear friends of mine. But yeah, it's my brainchild, but with the help of a couple of really talented people.
All right, now that we got that intro out of the way, I just wanted to make sure, because I'm like, you know, because a lot of people, they'll listen to a podcast without video and it'll just be like they're driving to work or they're working a long shift, like as a guard or like doing some type of blue collar work where you just listen to stuff. You don't necessarily want to listen to music. I do the same thing. Like I listen to podcasts all the time. So just want to make sure people know. I have another question here about a hobby question. What's the last knife you purchased, but like for yourself, like not for Knafsale?
I have to be careful with this one because I know that my wife is probably going to see it.
Oh, but snap.
It was actually a Microtech, and it was one of the new Ultratech Warhounds with the DLC blade. Totally okay. So this was really bad, right? My wife was going somewhere, and I was staying in the car, like hanging out with the dogs, and that means I get to scroll on my phone, right?
And, oh my God, this is $470.
Shut up. Shut up, dude. I had a coupon, maybe. I don't know.
It was on sale, don't worry. It was
right.
75% off.
I had, yeah, right. But no, it was the Warhound used to be like or I guess it still is. It was like a custom flipper that Microtech did. And I just really always thought the blade shape was kind of cool. And I really, really like the Ultratech. Like, I have another one that I carry around a lot. So I saw this one, and it was just like, add to cart, boom, bomb it off.
Where did you get it from? BHQ, Knife Center? Or something?
It was American Edgeworks is where I ended up
Edgeworks
finding it, because I checked a couple of places. I checked E-Knives, and I checked a few other places, but no, they had it in stock, so I
cool.
I YOLO'd one.
I've gotten to try a few Microtechs lately. At first, right before I got to try a bunch of them, I didn't understand like why there's so much freaking money, bro. But then, shout out to Blade Ops, who they just send me a bunch of stuff all the time. I get to select things that I want to check out, and I always put Microtechs in there. One, because they sell like crazy, especially OTFs.
Sure.
And I was like, damn, these are really sick, bro. Like just the construction, the fit and finish, like the action of the OTF. I even have the SOCOM Bravo, the Reich Microtech collaboration, and that thing is super expensive.
Such a cool design.
Oh yeah,
awesome knife.
I hold it and I'm like, I can see why this is that much money. Like, this is insane. It's like a proudly overbuilt Microtech that's not an OTF, but the OTFs are really cool. Even the UTX 70, that small one.
Yeah,
it's awesome. Like, you can just tell why it's like 200 plus.
Now that I have one that's a little bit nicer, like I'm probably not going to use the Warhound one. I think now I'm just going to take the one that I have and just like beat the hell out of it. Just see what it'll do,
Yeah. So do you like OTFs mostly, or
I'm kind of all over the place. Like, my collection right now is pretty small, but I've been trying to do it. I don't know if it's just like just trying to mix and match, or like just my OCD brain, but like I try to collect knives with different lock types, different handle materials, different blade steels, and different deployment methods. So
it's the same model, but you try to collect it in variations?
Different models, but just like completely different components in each model. Yeah,
that's actually a really good way to do it, because some people
I like to think of, like, if I were to meet somebody that like never knew that this world existed, I would want to be able to show them my collection and them have like a really good representation of just what's out there. So it's, I don't know, kind of a fun way to do it.
I think it's a smarter way to do it, honestly, because most people, well, not most, some people collect the same model, but every single variant of it.
Yeah.
Some people are, they just collect like everything from that company. It's weird because I haven't bought a knife in a while.
Sure.
But I get to check out a lot because I'm making content for people. But I think the last one I bought, I sold on Knafsale, actually. It was the F5.5. That one hurt me bad. Like,
that was a cool knife, man.
It's
when you
bro.
dropped the price, I was almost gonna make like a dummy account and snap it myself.
Dude, the guy that got it is like some French like special agent type person, like special forces person. So I'm glad that it went to, because they probably would have paid a shitload of money to try to get it there.
Yeah.
And then, they got a good price. I know they paid like $40 for shipping. So
I feel like that knife is a really good home now, and it's going to be like super well loved. It has lots of 5.5 brothers and sisters.
Yeah. I mean, I love that model, the F5.5. It sucks I had to get rid of it, but your boy's got to stack some cheddar just in case shit happens.
The collection's always moving and changing.
It's always moving, and Knafsale makes it so freaking easy to do that. I'm always like, I always think that I don't have the type of brain that can go to a yard sale or a card convention and like flip cards and flip things in a garage sale on eBay. But when I got on Knafsale and I started like messing around on there, I was like, this is easy, man. I'm just gonna sell stuff I don't use anymore. And I've sold everything. Like everything has sold that I listed.
Yeah.
So it's pretty awesome, man.
Thanks, man. I think the idea, like, there's a lot of places to buy and sell, right? There's a lot of ways to do it, but I feel like the community is vast enough at this point to where we need something that is ours, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, there just hasn't really been a good solution to that problem yet. So I feel like we made a pretty damn good attempt at solving it.
The insured thing is really awesome. I think that's something that makes people feel good. And I try to, you know, get that across to my audience as much as I can. You know, some people are still kind of, you know, hesitant about it.
Yeah,
You know, maybe they had a bad experience on eBay, or somebody got jerked around and they didn't get paid for a knife they sold on Instagram or something like that. You know, I can understand that there are horror stories like that. But with this, it's like the buyer and seller are insured. Even if we talked about this on a live show, if you get a knife like a Benchmade 940 or something, you got a good deal on it on Knafsale, and then you find out like it's kind of wonky and like it's a clone or something from AliExpress.
Yeah.
Like, what is the process to try to recoup that?
Totally. Yeah. So like the way that something like that works is that, I mean, we can't always assume that the person that sold you the knife like knew that it was a clone. You can't just go right ahead and assume that that person had like bad intent behind the sale, right?
Because it happens. It definitely happens like that.
I mean, it totally happens. I bought a knife from a small like local shop fairly close to where I live that turned out being a clone, and
that's crazy.
And I mean the guy just straight up didn't know. He said, I'm sorry, and gave me like my money back. It was fine. But I think the first step in the process for us is to give the seller the opportunity to correct the problem, right?
Yeah.
We give them the opportunity to have the buyer, you know, ship the knife back to them with a paid label. And then, you know, the second option for that is, you know, if maybe the seller is, you know, not in communication anymore, or if that line of communication just is gone, we actually charge that seller back and completely refund the buyer. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
dude.
It's a completely like there's a lot of things that can happen, and there are, you know, there's not going to be a perfect like conflict resolution policy that's perfect for every scenario. But what we can guarantee is if you buy something and you don't get it, you're going to get your money back, which is like leaps and bounds beyond what exists now.
Yeah, it's scary on eBay. You don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even just like ordering from a site that you don't normally use, and just like using their payment methods and stuff like that, you're like, what the hell? You know, it's like kind of odd. So I never felt that way on Knafsale. And
feels homey.
Yes, that's exactly what I said on the last live. I was like, it feels like a home for us. You go on there, you're trying to list your stuff. It's not super technical. You know what I mean? Like some websites are confusing. I thought it was fairly simple. I've listed things on my PC. I've listed things on my phone. I just list everything on my phone too. That's the crazy thing.
And like we set it up, like we launched the idea for Knafsale in full disclosure, like I started the Instagram page significantly too soon, like probably about a year too soon, because I was excited about it.
Yeah.
But you know, we knew that a lot of our audience was going to come from Instagram, so we built the website to kind of optimize the mobile experience. And it's really easy to log onto your phone, create an account. You know, you can even take the pictures from there. It's pretty straightforward.
It was real easy. And once I got into the swing of things, I was just listing things. I think I sold everything that I think has value. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the stuff, I have a lot of budget stuff right now.
Maybe a couple of knockarounds later.
Yeah, I'm like wondering if I should sell the budget stuff too or not. Like I'm trying to figure it out. You know, actually, it's funny. Knafsale helped me because when I first, when we linked up together, I just went full time. Like it
That's
hadn't
awesome.
even been a
Yeah.
month yet, right? And
Yep.
I was like, man, I need to make money, you know? And you know, it's
Money
the
helps
first.
things.
Yeah, I was like, this no, well, that not just working with you guys, but when I had to, like, I get knives all the time sent in from companies that want me to review their stuff, and then I get
Mhm.
to keep them. So like, I sold a bunch of those, and yeah, that like helped me get some cash flow in. So like, the wife wasn't on my case, even though she's not.
Sure.
She's like paying for fucking literally everything. She just wants me to pay for all of my bills. So but that really fucking helped me, man. Like
Sure.
it was so easy to list these things from like Kaiser or BRS Evolve and stuff like that. The brands, I would say almost all the brands are there when you
There are
list
a
the
lot of
knife.
them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of them there, and one of the coolest things about Knafsale that I have found, like that I didn't really realize when we were building it, is there's this whole like discoverability aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's already been so many stuff like listed on the platform that I've never heard of. But like after kind of going through and doing a little bit of research, like holy crap, like that's a really cool piece. That's an awesome
Mm-hmm.
deal for somebody. So just like, you know, not only can you buy and sell on there, but it's a great place to kind of hop on and use as a resource to learn about brands that you may not have discovered otherwise. It's really cool.
Let's go back to some hobby talk a little bit, and we'll get back to Knafsale in a second. How active are you in the hobby? Like, how often do you buy stuff, or is it like not often?
You know, I spend a lot of time doing the website. So as far as like my collection goes right now, I'm pretty satisfied. I would say that like ugh, maybe once every 2 months I'll pick something up for myself. But
That's pretty
um,
good. That's
yeah,
better than me.
yeah,
Like every
yeah,
year, maybe for me.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
And it's not always, you know, your you know, ridiculous ultra techs. It's, you know, I love the budget stuff too. You know, I recently
yeah.
kind of got down the like the vintage and the slip joint path, which is
Yeah.
something that I never really got into.
Oh,
But then
those can get expensive, bro.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But then you start to learn about brands like Queen and Great Eastern Cutlery, just a
Oh
lot
yeah,
of
yeah.
really, really cool
Yeah,
that's
GEC is
almost like a
awesome.
whole niche in itself, like the vintage and the slippies. It's
The
really cool.
GEC is like they fly so fast.
Oh, it's
Like some of
ridiculous.
them is like,
You have to be a wizard in
dude,
order
you
to
gotta
learn.
set an alarm. You gotta be like going crazy. Cause
Yeah,
my friends telling me like, damn it, dude, I didn't get in on the drop. And I'm like, holy
yeah.
shit, this is so wild. Do you collect
I'm
and go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say I'm very, very lucky. Like where I live, there's a couple of small knife stores that will sometimes have Great Easterns in stock.
Sick.
So I can like straight up go in there and just buy one if I want.
That's awesome, bro.
Not all the time,
Yeah.
but I've lucked out a few times.
There's like no really cool knife shops in New York City. There's like, Paragon Sports, things like that. Y'all, Fall Raven, the bag company, they're like an outdoor company. They have some James brand, and it's not like I look at some of these shops that people go to, their local shops. I'm like, damn, we just don't have that here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go to like maybe Long Island. You go to like a Dick's, and they'll have a little bit. Maybe I don't even know if there's a Cabela's in New York. I'm not sure. I've never gone to one. What else do you collect? You collect anything else?
I'm a musician. I've been a guitar player
Ah,
for
okay.
26 years. So like I've got I don't even want to talk about it. It's bad.
Like a
It's
lot of guitars.
yeah, dude. It's bad.
Damn.
It's awful. But that's really it. Like knives and guitars are my sweet addictions, I guess.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
How
man.
often do you buy a guitar?
Not that often.
Okay.
Not that often. Like
Because they're
I can't.
expensive.
Yeah, I there's no sneaking that thing into the house for sure. But it's not always a problem because like I married someone who also plays music, so a
Yeah,
lot of
nice,
times if
nice.
something comes home, it's not always like, why'd you buy that? It's hey, let me check it out. So
that's pretty cool.
I got pretty lucky there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, my wife does not. I mean, she does carry a knife though, because New York City. And one of our viewers, shout out to Mark H, gave her the Kaiser Lieb, right? Which is it's a pretty small one. And we went to Comic-Con and my girl forgot it in her bag, right? So I had to teach her because my girl's not a native New Yorker. I'm like, listen, you got to just ditch it in one of these bushes and we'll come back for it later, right? And she was so scared, as if like she's doing something completely wrong. But it was there when we got back, bro. We went to Comic-Con for the whole day. It was there. Yeah. I actually have a video of it on my Instagram, and she's just so scared. She goes like this, like, is it there? She goes,
so lucky.
She's so scared, bro.
So lucky,
so, you know, do you carry a knife every day?
I do. Absolutely. Yeah. So,
what did you carry today?
Today, what did I carry? So I actually just like, this is going to look like this is ridiculous, but the little
the Leatherman squirt. Yeah.
That's all I had on me today.
Yeah.
I was not really.
Hey, that counts. That's a multi-tool. That's EDC,
yeah. I
bro.
mean, and honestly, that thing is amazing. Like if I were to carry like one thing, that would be it. But most of the time, it's the 940-1, like the S90.
Nice.
Yeah, when I started buying knives, like I wanted to make sure that I wanted to spend like a lot of time with like classic knives. So and that was definitely one that, you know, when I first bought it, I didn't really like it that much. I don't know, it just was kind of plain, but the more that I carry that knife, the more I absolutely love it. It's so good.
I actually don't own one, but I've gotten to try so many. I have the Otto Osborne right here. I even though I can't carry autos, I request them all the time because these like sell like crazy, and you know, you got to get that affiliate money. So I have the Otto Osborne right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Pretty awesome. It looks just like a regular 940, but it's
such a good knife.
Freaking like sick, dude.
The blade to handle is like so good. It's you know, it's just slicey enough, but it's got plenty of meat on the tip. You know, it's just a super well-rounded blade for sure.
I like it. I actually didn't understand the idea of Benchmades in the beginning because they're like another brand that's like so expensive, bro.
They can get up there. Yeah. They really can.
But after trying so many of them, I'm like, I get it now. You know, you're paying that butterfly tax, as people say, but it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? I do think it is worth it. So how did Knafsale come about, right?
Yeah. So when I met my friend Scott and we started kind of like, we would have this like Wednesday night whiskey knives where we would all where he would come over and we would like hang out and you know, drink and play with knives. Basically, that was all we do. But
not dangerous at all.
Yeah, no, not dangerous at all. Super safe. But no, I started kind of, you know, getting a feel for a couple of different brands, and I kind of started wanting to like look for things on the secondary market, just, you know, save a couple bucks.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I ended up making a purchase through social media that was like, it was a fake knife, and I ended up like or it was like a fake listing, I guess.
Okay.
And ended up losing like $400, which sucked. And like, you know, at the time it was $400 that I probably shouldn't have spent, much less $400 that I probably shouldn't have lost, you know? So that was kind of like step one, you know, going through that and just being a little bit mad for a while. And then, you know, my next purchase on the secondary market, you know, I bought something and I got it, and the condition was okay, but it wasn't like as great as I had hoped, and is not as great as the guy I bought it from said it was. So that was kind of like, you know, strike two. And I just kind of started to think that, you know, researching, like there just wasn't a place to go to like buy knives where there's a little bit of just like guarantee or like protection or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I started thinking about it and thought that it would be a cool idea to create a website where it was completely user driven, it was community driven, and would allow users to buy and sell with one another, but we would take on the responsibility of offering up to like 100% buyer and seller protections. Like if
That's
something
crazy.
like that were to happen. Like I said before, if you buy something on Knafsale and you don't get it, you get your money back. Plain and
That's
simple.
amazing.
So that was it. Just kind of going through an unfortunate experience on the secondary market, and through what I do professionally, I was able to put the pieces together to create the website. So that's what we did.
That's awesome, man. So what did you face, like any challenges like building the website?
Oh boy. So it's funny, man. Like the website would have been like way easier to build if we were selling like pineapple t-shirts, like knives is every step of the way there were no's that we had to overcome, because so many companies and so many like just other parts of the world associate knives with like violence and weaponry,
Yeah.
when it's just not the case.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through tons and tons of applications for like payment processors and like just getting all of the legal stuff together. Like it was literally a 2-year task. Like it took me 2 years of finding the right people to use that understood what we were trying to do, that we were trying to build something for an underserved community. So
Yeah. That's great. I didn't even think about that, like the
yeah,
restrictions with the law and everything.
like
Because yeah, the automatic knives, for example, like you're not able to sell them because there's just too much restriction
yeah,
built
yeah,
around that particular type of knife.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. I can't even carry one outside in New York City.
So they're
I,
not illegal to own in New
yeah.
York. They're illegal to carry, right?
Yeah. I think unless you have a hunting and fishing license or something, but at the same time, living here for so long, even if I had a box cutter or a pen, like as soon as you get into an altercation and it becomes self-defense, like you're fucked here. You know
Sure.
what I
Yeah.
mean? That's just how it is. Even more so if it was like a knife, even if it wasn't an automatic.
Wow.
That's why I always say like only when life threatening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only time you do. You don't take it out to threaten people. That's like, but if
Yeah.
somebody's trying to take your life, like fucking shank them. You know what I mean? Like, because like, at least you'll be alive. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can see, man. That now that I think about it, this must have been so many headaches with
That was really it. Just kind of making sure that we were within the law, and we were using partners that we didn't feel like would be watching over us all the time and could potentially like shut us down. Like
yeah.
we the payment processor thing was huge, and we ended up partnering with a company called Stripe, and
Yes.
they're massive. I mean, Stripe is what like companies like DoorDash use to process payments. But one of their main stipulations was, we think this is an awesome idea. Like we want to help your company, but there are just certain things that if they're directly marketed as weapons, we just can't do. We can't do.
Yeah.
So we had to. There was some give and take when we were creating our policies and guidelines, and we wanted to work with Stripe really, really bad. So we were able to kind of cave a little bit with that, and it's relatively speaking, it's a small part of the market. So
yeah,
not a massive deal.
Yeah, true that, man. Is there any like new features upcoming that you're working on for
Oh
Knafsale?
my God. Yeah.
I figured you'd want to talk about them here, get people psyched,
I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, we probably have at least 3 years like worth of features planned out. One of the main things that we want to do is right now the platform is set up for buyers to purchase international buyers to purchase, but they're not able to sell. First part of the year, we're going to work on international selling, which is going to be awesome. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. We're going to build out a community forum feature, which is going to be like on the logged in side of the platform. Yeah. Man, so much. We're going to try to implement like a collections feature. Like if somebody wants to sell off an entire collection, they can do that. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, man. The wheels are turning all the time.
That is awesome. And you're also like diving into kind of a retail aspect for Knafsale.
Definitely. Yeah. So like we wanted to create the marketplace, but we also wanted to have like our own like retail component also. And that's gonna slowly grow over time. But yeah, right now we've got a couple of knives for sale, and we've got some, I won't talk a lot about it, but we've got a couple of announcements coming up with some folks that we're onboarding with as official retailers. So I'm super
That's
excited.
amazing, man. Yeah, because like when I scroll through the website and I see that it's a Knafsale official post, like you just feel a little bit better about it too, even though there's already all these protections.
I've got 5 stars, dude.
That's another thing. Yeah, guys, if you're on Knafsale, you know, and you have stars, bro, you got them stars, you could be eligible for a giveaway in the future. That's actually one of the stipulations I had for the last giveaway that I did was you had to have a Knafsale registered account. So like I will have them, like I picked a part of the account section to like they'll have to screen grab that for me in order for if you don't have that, that means you don't have an account, because that is like the first thing you see. So yeah, the person that won, he's probably emailing me right now. He's like, bro, I did it. But
awesome.
Yeah, if you don't have that,
great idea, by the way.
Yeah, I was like, you have to register or else you won't get it. And it was pretty good stuff, you know what I mean? Let's see. Do you watch Knife YouTube at all?
I do. I have like yeah, I do. When I go to work, I have about a 30-minute commute to work, and yeah, I mean just MC, Shabazz, Advanced Knife Bro, like, you know.
Wow, just the greats, bro.
Yeah, and I mean I haven't had as much time as I would like to just continue going through the YouTube knife rabbit hole, because I know there's so much out there that I just haven't found. Stumbled across your page totally randomly one day.
How did that happen? I don't think you ever told me.
Honestly, it was me like on the account scrolling around.
Like Instagram or YouTube?
On Instagram.
Okay.
And I saw one of your reels, and I was like, wow, I like the lights and the flashing colors. This guy's really good. And yeah, I mean that's it. I started checking out some of the videos, and I can tell that you're passionate about it, man. It's really cool. You really enjoy what you do, and that's very, very, very apparent in the content, which is hard to do. It's really hard to do.
I love making content. I love making content. It just so happens that I also love like EDC gear. In the beginning, I kind of didn't know where I like fell, actually, you know, what place I was in, because I like knives, but I wasn't these blue collar guys like in construction, or I was a shipping manager though. So that's why in the beginning it made a little bit more sense, because I'm packing like anywhere from 100 to 500 UPS boxes a day.
Yeah, sure.
And sometimes you got to cut it back open. Things are wrong. You got to yell at your, assistant and be like, what the fuck? You got to cut the thing. So I actually in the beginning of the page on YouTube and on Instagram, there's a lot of me like doing shipping content. Like cool. Me just cutting up, UPS boxes and things like that. But then when I left that job, I didn't have as much of a use for knives anymore, because I was working, even though I worked at a retail shop, CBD shop, I wasn't opening boxes all the time. And it got to the point where I just liked knives so much at that point, but I would just carry them even though I didn't use them. So it became more of like a gear collecting type hobby, the same as someone who collects Funko Pop figures or sneakers, or you know, movies, DVDs, or things like that, like you know, action figures, whatever it is, comic books. It became more like that for me, where I collected these things and I just wanted to make content about them to show people like what options there were out there.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where I fall right now. When I do reviews, it's just like, yeah, what's that?
There's definitely like the people who come from kind of like the utility side, where like they have to have and they have to use knives to perform like their job, right? And then you have the enthusiast side of the world, and these people can intersect, right? You can be both, totally, where, you know, you may not need to carry a knife at all throughout the course of the day, but like you appreciate the maker, you appreciate the materials, like you like the sound that it makes, you like the texture of the handle. Like there's so many other ways to appreciate something or appreciate a knife rather than just like using it to cut a box, you know?
Yeah, which is like the only thing I really do with them now, honestly, aside from make content and flip them open.
Use your knife to open your new knife.
Yeah, exactly. You know, those unboxing ASMRs that I make is like, I love that my job is unboxing these things. It's like
totally, it's
I just get fun. I just get a bunch of new knives every couple of weeks, and it's great. Do you watch anything else on YouTube, or anything else for that matter? Like, is there other shit that you're into? Like, do you watch shows or something? Or he's like, I'm too busy, bro.
No, literally no.
I watch Knafsale.
Like
no sports, no shows, no nothing.
There's a handful of shows that the wife and I watch, like
House of the Dragon.
No.
So you're not into fantasy type stuff. It's more like, well, let me get like with a wife, serial killer shit.
We like the serial killer stuff.
You watch Dahmer?
We also yes.
My wife is like so into that right now. Yeah, and apparently that young boy that he got picked up from in front of the convenience store is me, apparently, according to OCD for EDC. It's like, yo, Ray is on episode 2 of Dahmer. It was like the skinny version of me, you know, because like I'm not skinny anymore. But I watched it with Kelly, and I was laughing so hard.
You drill the hole in your head. Like...
It's hilarious. But yeah, so you watch stuff like that?
Yeah, we watch a lot of that stuff. We're big into like we're pretty funny people, like, or we enjoy like comedies. Like we like to go to comedy shows. We like watching the most crude cartoons that you can possibly imagine. Like Big Mouth to me is one of the funniest things of all time.
Yeah, Big Mouth is pretty wild. Yeah, I love watching comedy, actually. I watch all the comedians' podcasts, and that's why I'm good at doing this, is because of them. They're the best speakers in the world.
Yeah, we saw like Amy Schumer a couple of weeks ago, and that was pretty funny.
Was she good?
She was really good.
I like, there's this comic right now. He's doing real well in New York. His name is Mark Normand.
Nice.
And his special, he released it on YouTube and got like so many millions of views, bro. If you want to check it out, it's on YouTube. It's called Out to Lunch.
I'm gonna do that.
It's like really quick comedy, like just zingers, bro.
Yeah.
And he has a really funny bit. I'm not gonna do it justice, but he was like, oh, you know, I'm trying this new thing, immersion therapy, right? And the doctor asked me, oh, what are you afraid of? And he said intimacy and fuck, what did he say? I forgot now. I think he said intimacy and loneliness. So he put me in the closet. Oh, he said I'm claustrophobic and I'm scared of intimacy. And so he put me in the closet and he fucked me. But it's just liners like that for an hour, just quick, like snappy, bro. And and it's like this white dude that sounds.
That's kind of Mitch Hedberg-esque.
A little bit, yeah. His demeanor is like not a comic that is alive today.
Sure.
But just very quick one-liners. That's awesome, and you'll like him. Out to Lunch on the YouTube. Do you know about this segment called Sharp or Dull?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna play that right now.
Love it.
It's basically I set aside some knives off of Blade HQ's new arrivals list, and we're gonna look at them together, and we're gonna decide whether they're sharp, meaning that they're awesome, or dull, like they're terrible. All right. So it's got smash or pass for knives, basically. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All right, we'll do that right now. Let me share this with you. There's some expensive stuff. There's budget stuff. There's like weird stuff. There's like literally everything. And I didn't really hand select them. I just picked like a bunch of new arrival stuff. So how about this right here? This is the McNeves Mac 2 Auto Mac. Yeah. It's $467. Okay. Let's see. You've got Magna Cut though on the blade. That's dope. I believe this is aluminum and it's an auto. Okay.
Yeah.
That is pretty. It is made in the USA as well. That's why you're gonna tack a little bit on the price there.
Yeah. I'm familiar with McNeese. Like that. Yeah. It's a beautiful knife. I mean, it looks like a just fairly plain knife, but to me that's where a lot of utility comes from. So like there's a little bit of belly. I'm sure it's got some, you know, some decent robustness at the tip, and just kind of depending on how it fires. But I mean, it looks great. So I'll go sharp all day on that thing.
I'm going sharp as well. I actually did get to try one of these before, and it was awesome. So yeah, I'm gonna go sharp on that as well. All right, we'll go to the next one here. This is like a new one. I've never seen this brand before, and I was just like, "What is this?" So this is called the Dagger Knives Cincadia.
Yeah.
It's a liner lock, $120. It isn't D2. And I just looked at these pictures and I'm like, wow, this is really strange. But
it looks like a parking cone. Kind of.
So there's actually, it's Dagger Knives. That's why I do know what Dagger Knives are. They do that skull clip. They're from Russia.
Before, yeah.
So I looked at this and let me see if I could actually search for this.
Is it flipper or like, how does it?
Let's look. All right.
How to do knife.
Satin spear point blade being from D2. It's a flipper, right? Okay. So I guess that is the flipper right there. But here, I wanted to show you just some of the other colors of it. Pretty crazy, right? Oh, look, it's like a giant.
Oh my god!
Oh, it's modeled after. It's named after a sword that's like this, I guess.
Oh my gosh!
But very interesting and weird. It is $120, and it's made in Russia, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't say anything about it.
It's
damn weight is 10.5 ounces.
Dull.
Holy God. Oh, it's big though. It's 12.17 inches overall.
Jesus.
This is like a cold steel, bro.
Yeah.
You going dull on it?
I'm gonna go dull.
I'm gonna go. I'm on the fence about it because
is it double edged? Like
I don't know. It doesn't say anything.
Think about holding that like actually in your hand and like trying to cut open a grilled cheese. You would look like a jackass.
Well, I mean, I have because I like to check out cold steels, like some of the XL Voyager type stuff, because well, one, like it makes for good content, and also like I'm just like, holy crap! Like, how is this? I have a cold steel tie light here, 6-inch, bro, and so if you think about what this is made out of, I'm gonna take it out right now. We'll have a little bit of fun here. If you think about what this is made out of, okay, all right, let me open this up, okay. So this thing is huge. It's the size of bigger than my face. But if you think about what it's made out of, right? It's S35VN blade. You've got aluminum, and it's only $120. So
not the worst. Not the worst.
Yeah, like in terms of raw material, it's pretty good. That dagger knife one though is $120 for D2. So that's where I'm kind of like, I don't know if it's worth the money. The design is really weird, so I'd probably still want to check it out. If Blade Ops gets it, I'm fucking opting for that shit. But I'm gonna go in the middle. You go dull.
The weight, man, the weight is like ridiculous.
10 ounces.
I could carry like a 1997 backpack phone and be more comfortable than having that thing in my pocket.
It's like, what's that movie with Kurt Douglas, where he's like opening that when he answers the phone? It's like that big brick one. What movie is that? He's like a stockbroker or something, falling down maybe.
Disclosure, or I don't know. I can't remember.
All right, so this is the next one here. This is the Microtech Trodon Mini. Okay, this is the Mini. You're looking at $316. It is the blade material just says premium steel on it. That makes me think a little bit.
They flip flop a lot between like 204p, like L-Max, M390. They bounce around quite a bit.
But this is the Trodon Mini in $316. There you go. You know, the aluminum. I mean, you know, it's a Microtech, so you know this thing is going to be pretty well made.
Yeah, sure.
Made in the USA. What do you think about this guy? For reference, that's it next to bottle cap right there.
Yeah, sure. You know, it's really cool. I like the idea. I have to go dull only because if I'm going with something that size, I'm probably going to go with a 70. I'm probably going to go with a UTX 70.
That is a good point, man.
The UTX 70 is like mega slim. Like I could literally fit one in my wallet. Like that thing is just a little bit too like
thick,
chody. You know?
Chody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's overall.
It's cool though. Like I like Microtech knives a lot. That particular configuration is just it's not my bag.
And the 70 is cheaper too.
70, yeah, the 70 I think is maybe like 260 or something like that.
Yeah, I think 270-ish maybe.
Yeah.
Yep. I feel the same way about this as I do about that Exoset, the Microtech. Yeah, it's like I don't know if I would use it, so I'm gonna go dull on this as well.
Yeah.
Let's go for the next one here. Man, you don't like big knives then, right? Or I have a cold steel right here, bro.
I mean, you're talking about two extremes, right? You're talking about a 12-inch blade and a little guy.
So this
I
is
tend to like carry. I'll probably carry between like the 3 and 3.5 inch most of the time.
Yeah, me too. I don't go past. Well, I can't carry 4 inches in New York City, so I usually try to stick to 3.25. I used to only carry 3-inch, but I've been liking bigger knives lately, so 3.25, 3.5. But this is a Cold Steel 4MAX Scout. This is their Grivery model, making it a little cheaper. It's $80 basically. You're looking at AUS 10 on the blade.
Yeah.
This is one of the, it's a Cold Steel. It's one of the big guys, man. You want to beat on it and do
I wonder if
yard
you can
work.
Hold it like wield it like two-handed. How big is it? Like how
I've had these.
What's the overall?
The overall length of this is 10 inches. The tie light that I showed you is 13 inches overall.
Because just looking at it, I want to like Last of the Mohicans tomahawk throw it into the tree. Like
so if you're doing yard work and you gotta get some like sticks and shit, like cut them up and do something like that, maybe you'll use this because it's one of those really robust like big Cold Steel knives that can take a beating. The lock is triad lock. The scales on this one are the shitty kind though. It's the Griv X.
Yeah.
Not gonna feel good.
I'm still going sharp probably on that thing. Looks like you could build a city with it,
Yeah. I'm gonna go sharp as well. Even though I like the regular one better, I'd opt to probably pay a little bit more, like in the 140-ish range, to get
with
that
one. With like the G10 handles.
Yeah, I just think it's better.
Probably that too.
I think the steel would be better too.
It's a good looking knife.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go to the next one here. This is a $99. This is the big sheepdog, the Kaiser Sheepdog XL. I actually have a sheepdog right now. I have the Mini, so I do carry this all the time. Shout out to Kaiser; they did send it to me. But so this is the big one. This is 9.25 inches overall length.
Yeah,
you're getting 154 cm. It is. You have micarta on this one. So, what do you think about that?
The sheepdog I absolutely love. The XL though is like a little bit ridiculous. It's such a good design. Like the mini sheepdog, the regular like mid-sized sheepdog. Those are like phenomenal knives. And I'm good with like the flipper or the non-flipper version of either of those. But the XL is just like I feel like I need to be like chopping watermelons or something with that thing.
How do you feel about just buying knives for novelty though? Like, because for example, I would never use a Cold Steel tie light. ever, the 6-inch, the one I showed you.
Mhm.
But if I had an office and I had that like in it and it was just on display somewhere, it'd be kind of cool, in my opinion. I don't know. Like I probably would never use the damn thing.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, it's okay to have like a novelty purchase every now and then for sure.
Yeah.
But if I'm going novelty, I'm buying like a sword. I'm buying like an
Facts.
Excalibur, like or like a Three Musketeers sword. You know, something just,
like a rapier.
Absurd, like something ridiculous.
All right, so you're going dull on this guy.
I'm gonna go dull. I'm gonna go reluctantly dull.
Okay, I'm going sharp on that. I love you, Kaiser.
Great brand, awesome brand. They make amazing knives.
Yeah,
but the XL is dull for me.
Gonna go for this. The Concept Knives Mini Corvid 6250 Christmas edition. This looks so terrible, dude. Whose idea was this? You know what though? My girl would probably love this because she loves Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like that's a really. I mean, they sell a lot of those in like a bunch of different configurations. So I mean, I feel like a lot of people really like that model. I immediate instinct is to say dull, but I feel like I would probably actually like it a lot if I got it in my hand.
They're being sold on Knafsale next week.
Yeah, right. I don't. Yeah. If I don't like it, just pop it on the website. But, I don't know so much about the holiday version, but
yeah,
I'd go sharp. Why not? You know,
it's a 154 cm.
Great.
G10, lightweight, 1.3 ounces. I mean, 3.75 inch overall length. Damn, it's only 1.5 inch blade length. Holy shit, dude. Damn, my girl would like this knife. Actually, maybe I should buy it.
Sweet little package opener, man.
I know she loves Christmas, bro. Like,
oh,
and there's a cat on it. I didn't even see that.
That ups the sharp factor significantly.
Okay, I'm sharp all day, bro.
Yeah,
sharp. Wait a minute, sharp all day on that. Okay, good job.
Add to cart right now.
Add to cart.
Bomb it off.
Right. Let's do this one here. Let's see. This is the Bestech Knives Lockness Frame Lock, and Bestech has been releasing some, more expensive stuff.
Yeah.
This is $314. You've got this really cool G10 pattern here. Let's get a close up of that. I'd never heard of this one. It's called the Loch Ness, and
I haven't either.
M390. Okay, M390. Okay. You've got scroll down here. It's not letting me do it for some reason. Titanium liners. You have it is heavy, 5.9 ounces, and where's the handle material? G10, just like this cool.
What is it
G10.
like closed?
Overall, closed length is. Hold on, my thing is bugging out.
Do they have a picture of it closed?
Like, yeah, I'm going to show you in a second. The closed length. Do they have closed length on this? I don't think they do. Okay, let's look at some of the pictures here. It looks pretty tight, bro. I like that G10 color. Let's see. Thumb stud.
Okay, stud. Okay.
Yeah, it's right there.
There. It looks a lot better closed to me than when it's open.
Yeah, like open it looks crazy.
When it's open, it kind of gives me like tree root vibes.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. I mean, that's a honking blade. So
yeah.
I don't know. I would give it a whirl. I would go sharp.
I'm gonna go sharp as well. I really like the scale color on this. That's a really cool G10 pattern.
I like the colors too. I mean, that's a nice looking pairing.
I guess they're trying to go for, is this like a Nessmuck blade shape or something? Because the Loch Ness and like usually these Nessmuck-ish kind of knives, they call it the Loch Ness or something.
It is. I don't know. It is an interesting piece for sure.
Yeah, certainly. Sharp. Good job, Bestech.
Yeah, you did good.
I have another one right here, right now. Do this. This is another expensive Bestech here. I've never seen one so expensive. This is the Bestech Knives Nuke. It's $745. Okay, it is a 2.75 inch blade length. It's Damas steel. All right, let's take a look at some of the pictures when it's closed. So this is like an expensive knife, bro. $700.
You know, if I'm going that size and that kind of dough, I'm probably going for like a higher end Protech, like the Runt or something like that.
Oh yeah, with like the abalone and all that shit.
Yeah, I'm probably going for something like
Oh.
that rather than that guy, because I think the price point is pretty close. So I would go Protech at that price point for something of that size. So that's a dull for me. Sorry, Best Tech. You
Yeah, I
tried.
know. You know what's
Tried real
crazy
hard.
is like I think Best Tech's OEM work lately has been really good. A lot of really good knives are manufactured by them,
Totally.
and
Yeah.
they're getting very close, or maybe they're there already, like with Riat quality. And I think they just wanted to show off here, maybe like the
Sure.
best thing they could make.
I'm sure it's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a wonderful piece.
Yeah, Best Tech, if you want to send this shit to me, bro, I'll get you views, dog. You know what I'm saying? The Best Tech nuke.
I'll get you views.
I get you views, dog. Damn, 4.8 ounces. It's pretty heavy, bro.
That's heavy for a knife,
right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, what is it like? Does Microtech weigh a lot or something? Like,
I don't know, man.
What is this made out of? Let's see. Okay, damascene steel. It didn't say anything about like what the clip is made out of. Damascus?
And titanium, right? Like fully titanium.
Yeah, it's full time. I guess Damascus then. I don't know. I mean, look at the back. It's Microtech, right? Isn't that what it's called? Am I wrong on this?
Right. I mean, it's a knife. It's a thing that exists.
If you want a knife that's as sleek as it is tough, this new Best Tech Folding Knife Edition is the one for you. I gotta tell you right now, reading copy from on other websites after reading copy on like Urban EDC Supply, like I feel like other websites are in kindergarten and Urban EDC Supply is like they hired some fucking college professor or something.
This is knife good.
Yeah, I know, right? For real, dude. Oh man, yo, thank you.
They do a great job. Copy Urban EDC does a great job.
Amazing copy, best pictures too, in my opinion.
Oh yeah,
of all the retailers, just so good, dude. This has been really fun, man. Thank you for doing the show. And
thanks for having me, man. It's been a blast. It's been fun working with you.
Yeah, dude. I hope we continue to do that. And guys, everybody, please sign up for Knafsale because I'm telling you right now, it is an amazing experience. Don't feel all shady going on Instagram DMing people. You know what I mean? One of the best things before I close the show, one of my favorite things about Knafsale is I can put up a knife and someone in France or in Canada will buy it. And then all of the paperwork is printed out for me, bro. I do not have to worry about a goddamn thing. Like, because I was a shipping manager and it is annoying, bro, to ship to other countries. And like, you know, when that guy in France bought my F5.5, he chose UPS and all the paperwork printed out. It even printed out the right amount, bro. You need 4 signed invoices, and then the 5th one, you need to sign this other form. If you don't have those 4 invoices, like they don't ship it.
They actually kick your ass like when you walk into the UPS, they punch you in the face. You don't have it.
They don't get no, for real. The guy told me because like they have to give it to the plane, they have to give it to the guy, and it's like 4
There's a lot of steps involved in that stuff. Like when you're shipping something overseas, for sure.
Yeah,
try to make it easy. Super user friendly, you know. So I'm glad it was a good experience for
amazing
you
experience.
And the buyer. So
yeah, so you know, definitely hit up Knafsale and you know, register on there. You could shoot me a DM or shoot Knafsale a DM on Instagram. I will list all the links in the description. But Erick, thank you so much for doing the show. It's your boy Ray. This is the Everyday City Carry and Knafsale saying peace.
Yo, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell icon so we can squad up in the comments.